Black Friday, Cyber Monday, Boxing Day. It's all too overwhelming, isn't it? I mean, we are all eyeing those fabulous end-of-year bargains, but we do not want to end up with maybe a dress that's like a couple of sizes too big, a shoe that bites, and a jacket that comes at a good price, but at the same time it also comes with a couple of missing buttons and rips and stains. So today in this video, I'll tell you how to make the most out of those end of year sales. But first things first, who am I? I am Samita. I run an eco-gifts and lifestyle label called Deidaaecogifts online. We are based in Melbourne, Australia, but we sell worldwide. So come along, join me, and I'll give you some fabulous tips and tricks how to get your sales right. Join me. Tip number 1, say no to impulse buying. Make a list of what is it that you want to buy. Take a stock. Maybe a 6-monthly stock of your wardrobe is a good thing to do. And then you identify the gaps in your wardrobe. So I'll do a video on wardrobe management later, but as of now, I would suggest that before you go, be it an online sale or a physical sale, before you go shopping the sale items, then make a list of what is it that you would want to buy. And number 2, which would be your preferred stores. Practice what we call buyer beware. Some unethical shop owners might take this opportunity and put out shop soiled or defective items for sale. Now you cannot really do that. You have to declare a defective item at a point of sale if you want to sell it at all. But it's up to you, you scrutinize, you see that what you're buying is defect free, it's the right size, and it's value for money, even if it's on sale. 3, know your rights as a consumer. Now many of the stores would say that this is a sale item, so it's no refund, no exchange, but that's not correct. A store's refund and sale and exchange policy should apply across the board on all products, irrespective of the fact that it's a regular item or it's a sale item. So preferably go to stores that offer you, it can be an online store or it can be a bricks and mortar store, but go to stores that offer a 30-day return warranty without, if you have not worn it or used it, you can return the product to that particular store with all the tags intact, and it should be no questions asked. So look for those kind of stores. Tip 4, avoid herd mentality. Now what happens is you walk into a store and you see this huge table in the center, in the middle of the store, and it has a heap of t-shirts piled on that table, and everyone's kind of rummaging through all those t-shirts. But just because everyone's doing that, you don't have to follow the leaders, the leaders who are so good at rummaging. So would you rather end up with half a dozen $5 t-shirts that go waste after say a couple of wears, or would you invest that $50 or $60 into something classic, into something that's better quality and that lasts with you for a longer time? So think very hard before you go and spend your dollars. Tip 5, and this is an important one, do not shop on an empty stomach. Empty stomach equals a few shopping disasters. So make sure you are well fed and hydrated. Tip 6, do not shop when you are unhappy, sad, or going through an emotional turmoil. You know what? A depressed mind can lead to binge eating, as we all know, like eating lots and lots of chocolates. Similarly, an unhappy mind can lead to binge shopping, much of which might be just a waste of money. Tip 7, Do not shop alone if you can. Take a shopping buddy with you, maybe a daughter or a BFF, someone who gives you that unbiased, honest opinion. Now, I take my daughter with me, and at times she can be brutally frank, and she'll point blank tell me, "Mummy, this is not right for you, this is not the right color, or this doesn't suit your shape." Yeah, it hurts, but that's what saves you the money. You invest in the right product, which is a positive addition to your wardrobe. Number 8, do not be in a hurry. You would tell me, "Oh, we don't feel like trying. The queues in front of the trial rooms are very long. We are hungry, we are tired, we are exhausted." But I'll give you an example. For instance, I bought this jacket at one of the mega stores. It was on sale, price was good, I liked the color, I liked the style, and quality wasn't too bad. And then I thought, okay, this is size 10, it should be my size. I came home, all good, but you know what? You can see that I am literally swimming in it. So, it's always better to try a pair of shoes, or try the jacket or the top. It's good to have the right size, wait, give it a trial, walk around, look at yourself in the mirror, ensure that it's your right size or the product suits you, and you would be using it later. And if it's an online store, read the description and look for the size chart and actually measure yourself in the mirror to see what's the right size for you. And a good online store should have a proper description, it should have a size chart, and they should also be responsive to your questions. So, if you have a question, they should come back to you promptly with an answer. Make it an event, make a day out of it. Why not, round up a few of your girlfriends and have a girlfriend's night in, a girl's night in. Or you can all go shopping and have lunch, have coffee together. It should be all about having fun, because at the end of the day, that's what sales are about, isn't it? Shopping, chatting, spending time with friends, and having fun.